Ladies and gentlemen, grubs and worms, let's play The Outer Worlds 2. Heavily modded. OP even. Well, definitely. Okay, so we need to go... She wants me to get them credentials. Let's go do that.
She looks all right.
Alright,
See
Faulkner?
any drones? Don't feel shy about bringing them down. Merciful law, is this? Tell me you did not steal my performance review, soldier. We could be court-martialed for even looking. No, I am not gonna look. I'll wait for the reviews to be distributed along the proper channels, and... Oh, hell. This is worse than the last one. Promotion denied? No, this has to be a mistake. How can Officer Carr claim I don't understand supply and demand regarding shifting market urgency? That's unfair. I ought to go out there and gun down every last drone on the island. Except, of course, I'd get labeled as AWOL. This review only proves how vexed Carr was the last time I ignored her orders. Well, the next review period's right around the corner. Suppose it's never too late to tidy up my reputation. Take this for your trouble. While I learn my lesson, you might as well profit off my shortcomings. That is the best damn news I've heard all day. Make sure to collect your reward at the bounty terminal if you haven't already. No use in leaving well-earned bits on the table. Better now that you've thinned the herd of drones. Or would you call that a real shame about my performance review? I thought I was doing...
First things first, I need to go back to the ship. So I can upgrade Val.
Injuries detected. How may this unit assist you, Commander? Presenting the Valerie unit. The Valerie unit is the exclusive property of the Earth Directorate and is not intended for civilian or commercial use. Resale of this unit is strictly prohibited. Attempting to ride this unit in order to replicate the experience of flight is strongly discouraged. Do you have any other queries, Commander? This unit was first deployed on a mission to Redacted. More than 10 other highlights include the triumph at Redacted, the rescue of Redacted, and the first successful execution of the Stanfield. Always happy to... Do you have any other queries, Commander? Searching mission parameter error. Unable to find current mission parameters. Defaulting to last Arcadia Colony contact. DeVries, Augustine. Expected operation time. Less than 24 hours. Laughter is the best medicine. Do you have any other queries, Commander? Vitality augmentation, logistics evaluation, reconnaissance, and information. Do you have any other queries, Commander?
Is it me, or has my ankle been squeaking? You can hear it too, right? Must be the day. Anyway, need something, Commander? It was less merger and more. I don't have all the details, but it sounds like Spacer's Choice tried to outmaneuver Anti-Cleo through quasi-legal means. and got a hell of a lot more. And now her new brand's been turned into an invasion force bent on conquering the entire system. Funny how life works out.
Anti-Cleveland Pals Brandy, now with child-proven easy open cap. Anti-Fizzo's Numb Rum. Taste more and feel less with Numb Rum. Auntie's Choice Zero G Whiskey. This'll get you into orbit. Anti-Fizzo's Purple Berry Tequila.
Injuries detected. How may this unit assist you, Commander?
We're good. Alright. think I know why the spacebar wasn't working on the vending machines, because... because it's the... doesn't cost me anything. Alright. Now... oh yeah. What do we got? We got that.
Ready to wait. On your command.
Damn, that thing's rapid. Where'd the green one go?
Nowhere on Paradise Island's going untouched by this war. Can't get that Andy's Choice jingle anyway. Need something, Commander? Sure.
That thing looks gnarly.
take fighting raps over living in a surveillance state any damn day.
Someone's in there fighting.
Ain't as tough as you thought. Hey you! Get over here before you get yourself killed.
I'm gonna get myself killed.
No, ain't got what I need. And you can't come stumbling around here looking like prey. These raps ain't had a bite to eat since their pods dropped from the look of it. And a desperate rapt is a dangerous rapt. You're kidding, right? Look, even if you did somehow prove to be dangerous or something vaguely approximating it, I still rather fancy my odds in a fight. Which is why I gotta ask, what are you doing here? Oh, that's a high-profile target. Huh. If she entrusted that to you, then I reckon we're on the same side. Or something like it. I'm Inez Silang, Auntie's choice. Former combat medic in the Enhanced Soldier Division. Now, menial troubleshooter. Minister Milver Street of Fairfield sent me here to retrieve some information. Not my most exciting assignment, but suppose we can't expect much with the stalemate on this island. I'll admit I was eager for some good hunting around here. My graft, needs some bolstering. But if the raps here are as weak as this one, it won't help me none. If you had, you'd know. Unless you're accustomed to seeing folk roaming around with exposed muscle fibers or stunted extra limbs on their backs. Other than punch a hole in my armor, cause Huel at the saloon to yell in consternation, not much, at present. I'm considered a liability. My graph's all wrong. Most everyone else who got one passed or became permanently incapacitated. So they shuttered the program. It was a total failure. Everyone in Fairfield reckons my time will come soon too. But I'm still mostly upright. For now. I just know I can do more for Auntie and for the war. It's just this damn contract. Unless I can amend it so I might fix my graft, proving myself ain't happening anytime soon. Weren't many of us grafted soldiers to begin with. To think I'm one of the lucky ones. You looked at the fine print of an employment contract lately? It says any action taken by a worker that could result in impeded work must be approved by the contract holder. Not only would trying to fix my graft impede my work, but it's also financially unviable, unproven, a risky investment. So I'm stuck with a limb that's slowly poisoning me. Could pursue fixing it myself were I out of my contract, but if I attempted to end it, I'd have to waive all employment rights for the next year. It's a non-starter. Law, no. The contract would just pass down the line of succession. It's a very long line. And anyway, I ain't a killer. No matter how much I fantasize about shutting him up when he goes on and on about how he's the or lamenting that his mock apple martini ain't blended quite right. Ugh, Never quite got the hang of those. Let me put it this way. If I was already on the bottom rung, this knocks me clean off and buries me in sand. But I started from nothing before. I could do it again. Maybe. Ain't easy moving between companies. And I wasn't always with Auntie's choice. But that's a story for another time. Get the feeling you will. Go on now. There's probably plenty of Protectorate info waiting to be scooped up if you're keen. Just mind the wraps. I got what I came for, so I reckon it's time to see about my contract. Law knows I could use a lucky break.
Just me, or did Inez remind you of Helen? Tough like her. No offense to Val, but it's real nice having someone watching my back who ain't anyway. Need something, Commander?
Engaging hostile systems.
I'm digging this little shotgun. Especially since I'm crap aim.
Enthusiastically neutralizing unfriendly.
I think I changed their mind.
Again, I'll look for this protector edit. If you're that new salesperson, don't bother. Whoever was here packed up and left. I'll just come out here and take classes on the overshades list. And it's secrets.
Ah, that's crazy.
Blah, blah. Taking care of citizens is developing part of the
Agent Ibarra, you failed to take your daily supplements 3 days in a row. Vitamins are a vital tool in aiding wound healing and achieving your long-term health goals.
We've talked about this, Val. You like sharing folks' private health information in front of others.
If oral...
Oh, what's this? State your purpose, outsider, or exit yon way you came. Ah, I see you've discovered some of my misappropriated materials. Careful labeling proves prudent and useful yet again. Here, a full set of Science Adventures Quarterly was stolen. Since you've already proven adept at their repossession, I would put it a form of manipulatory ideation, specifically an Earth Directorate periodical featuring beloved fictional characters Commander Zane and Buddy, an effective mental conditioning device. And why, to reclaim lost Protectorate property, first and foremost. The line represented a growth of the media. Its remarkable popularity not only mirrored a rise in public, the brief window surrounding the volume's release saw a marked increase in skip drone requests for Earth Directorate aid. I believe there remains much to learn from them. I'll admit Commander Zane and Buddy's exploits make for it. So no, I am not immune to their considerable charms. But, quite right. I am pleased you are. Return again when you have another 4 volumes. Stay true, outsider.
Actually, I need to go like this.
You want freedom of... You want Auntie's choice.
Hello. Hey, this whole capitalism thing isn't so dreadful after all. Here to do some fishing?
Yep. Alright.
Thanks for not. I'm always. Say, you ain't looking for a job, are you? Well, I got a spot. Since you're an unaffiliated freelance friend, more specifically, it's typically found near Zeranium. So it's spread along. You'll know it if you see it. It's black and silver, and it's sort of I got 2. And again, friend, anything you find is yours. I don't. You're back, and in one piece. I assume you have good news and haven't forgotten where you were going or what you were supposed to be doing?
So many noises. Ooh. Better do this.
closed.
No, you're not. Don't mind me. I'm gonna loot your place first and then go from there.
Did you not hear me? This place is closed. No learning today about how everything happens according to the obscure calculus of an indecipherable plan. Why are you asking? Who are you?
The people she tried to kill.
By the architect. I had no idea. I wish I could...
Yeah, imagine how we feel. Why don't you tell us where she is so we can make sure she ain't being a danger to herself or others?
And how are you going to do that?
That ain't something you ought to be concerning yourself about.
If you think I'm going to help you do what I think you're talking about, you are deluded. It is of no matter, regardless. I haven't seen her since before the corporatists invaded the island. I'm afraid she's going to... Maybe none of this would have happened had I not introduced her to Victor. How did... You saw her... Victor's an Order archivist. We were all friends for a time. But then, shortly before the schism, they started talking to some others inside the Order. That's when things became tense. I started to become uneasy, scared, really. She kept getting angrier with the Order the more she worked with Victor and her other contacts. On top of everything else, it became just too much for me. Among other things. For some reason, she was obsessed with the cliffhanger ending of Chapter 6. It was the one where capitalist fanatics brought complete destruction, but you know how it works. It was somehow miraculously saved at the beginning of the next chapter. It didn't matter to DeVries, though. She just kept going over it and over it. Would have talked to a Crabble about it if there was no one else to listen. That, and the invasion itself, set her mind to dark things. I begged her not to go down that road again. She was so agitated when I first met her. Must have been 7, going on 8 years ago now. She never slept, didn't talk to anyone. After we became friends, she began to change. Still bothered her from time to time, but I thought it mostly behind her. I couldn't watch her go back to how she'd been. Or worse. We became friends when she... Well, she saved me. I'd said something without thinking. Must have been just, for some reason, she interceded on my behalf with an arbiter. And she convinced him he didn't hear what he actually did. No one does that. Void, I didn't think anyone could. We all were, originally, before the schism. But she never gave it up, even when it became illegal to... Which was surprising with how angry she seemed to be getting with them. Even as she was deep into scheming with Vic... She even continued to sign her messages, "See you in the equation." It's all so confusing. What do you mean? It was where she worked. One of the Protectorate's communications hubs. She didn't speak of it much. At least to me. She may have spoken to Victor about it.
She ain't the only one.
It's difficult to explain. She spoke about things in unfamiliar ways. I felt her words to be freeing, at first. But slowly, I began to feel unmoored, doubting everything I ever knew. She said learning the truth of things was worth it. But now I question whether her truth was just more of her... Some days I wish I'd never listened to her at all.
Know a little something about that, too.
I did try to. Once. After the corporatists invaded Paradise Island and took over Fairfield. They seemed to let anyone in there. Some boisterous fellow even tried to recruit me. No. Nearest I could surmise, she'd left just prior to the fall of Fairfield. I'm ashamed to admit, I did break.
That is Agent DeVries's identification.
She said it had some meaning from her previous life. I'd hoped she'd left something for me. No. But it had to be someone's fault, right? The Protectorate couldn't possibly have failed to safeguard the colony. And they had to answer the accusations the Order leveled at them. I know I've no right to ask this of you, but when you find her, please remind her of who she used to be. She's unwell, but I know there's still hope for her. That's all I can ask.
Just gotta chill like someone paying my grave fee. That's DeVries' identification code.
I don't think I meant to kill her, but roll it now. Well,
Welcome back to my chapel of fear and futility. It was a code she used for everything. She did say once it had some meaning.
That is a...
She said it. She kept getting angrier with the Order the more she worked with Victor. I know I've no right to ask this of you, but when you... That's all.
okay, looks better. Okay, so now let's go this way. Actually, what's this down here? Oh, this looks safe.
Unauthorized entry into an arbiter training facility is likely to result in violent arbitration. Entering a hostile zone. Enemies detected. Please exercise caution.
Careful of friendly fire if you head down past the farm. Last time we wandered past, they opened fire on us. Real code 472. 472 means they're gonna kill anything. Word is Milver Street is ordering a watch on the Protectorate survivors in Westport. Once any change is reported. I hate that kind of work. Always
sounds like so much effort. That kind of thing ain't even on my contract.
Scout report. Yes, sir. Have a profitable day. Sorry, time is bits. Bits is time. Or are, that is.
These anti-soldiers seem twitchy to you? Might want to sneak our way in. Might I have a word, Commander? I know I've been pushing to find DeVries, so this might seem got an old tracked on the Westport a short time ago, but never got up the nerve to visit. Reckon we could drop by and pay him. I'm being serious here. That starts with writing accounts. Much as I might love the job, after I was too small, I had my orders. I was to stay low. Couldn't let the Protectorate catch wind of an Earth Directorate. Resistance is a mite strong. Wasn't like he was part of some greater movement. I think I've given the wrong impression. We most often than not, our help only made targets of the folks whose lives we were trying to improve. Didn't matter what we did. Well, you weren't. Anyway, only later I learned Zeb hadn't given up the struggle like I assumed. If it weren't, and since finding you, well, I much appreciate.
That's why I was here.
Guns cocked and loaded. Just get the system.
You guys quit bumping into me.
Hostile life form.
This looks like the place. No, I haven't felt this high-strung since Horizon Point. Just hope he's here.
Niles.
Howdy, Zeb. You look... well.
Has my mind been set upon by shadows? I thought you dead.
Can't imagine why you think that. I've only been gone 4 years.
Oh, back from your little saunter then, are you? Head all cleared? I must say, you took quite the perambulation. I hope you didn't wear out your rotation adapters. And who precisely are you? Another Earth Directorate cast-off? I'm the doctor here. I'll decide the manner of your treatment.
Bring that boil down to a simmer, Zeb. This is my commander, one who was with me at Horizon Point.
So you're the one responsible for the severity of Niall's injuries. You ordered him to remain behind on a fruitless recovery effort. Such magical thinking is not useful in triage situations. I would have expected a leader such as yourself to understand that. So, you are keeping company these days. Just not mine.
Hang fire, Commander. Look, I'm not just here to gas you up with empty apologies. I want to set things right between us.
Oh, now you want to help. Where were you when the war happened? Or when I was being carted off to mental refreshment? Where were you when I actually needed you?
I know I let you down before, but give me a chance to earn back your trust. There must be something I can lend you a hand with. I know you haven't given up the fight.
I haven't the time to patch your bleeding conscience, Niles. I'm in a situation that demands my full attention.
It's Baines. My team's been caught. Pharaoh and March are dead. Protectorate are holding the rest for interrogation. A ship is inbound to take us off-world, to the consul himself. I barely managed to evade capture. Damn it! It looks like the data went through, but there's something wrong with the connection. The cipher isn't transmitting.
Found her! You there! Step away from that terminal at once!
Audra! Fuck! It's all coming apart.
I knew something was wrong. What have you gotten yourself into here, Zeb?
That was one of my operatives. I organized a mission to infiltrate the Vox to acquire valuable intelligence. But obviously, something's gone wrong. Without that cipher, the intelligence is worthless. But I'm more concerned about if you're sincere in your desire to help, prove it. Rescue my friends before that ship departs with them on board. Please. It has to do with the location of a vault, rumored to house the Protectorate's greatest technological advancements, including its skip drive designs.
That I am.
Okay. If they're sending a ship, that means my people are being held on the Vox's landing pad. Use my call sign so they'll know you for an ally. I'm certain Niles and do exercise discretion as well as caution. The guards at the Vox won't hesitate to fire upon you.
Not to worry. This is exactly the sort of thing.
Yes, but the uniform doesn't stop bullets, as I'm...
Good thing we know a doctor then.
Then let's hope the ship also takes its time arriving, and that my friend's pain threshold withstands any attempts to soften them up for the con. I'll answer what I can. If you must know, it was my sister. A neighbor reported her for some misconduct, and she was taken to be refreshed. The woman who returned was nigh unrecognizable. The injustice of it Then I met Niles. He told me the truth about other colonies. Made Arcadia feel so... small. Cluster... Stop there. I know what you would ask, but I've done my best to put that unpleasant experience behind me. Please respect my wish to avoid reopening closed wounds. The Crabbles? They keep people away who might otherwise stumble into my operation here. I feel kindly toward them. Ah, of course. Hogarth and his unfortunate charges would be top of mind if you've I sympathize with the plight of those in Westport. They want nothing to do with me, of course, or anyone outside the Sovereign's grace. I do believe that one day, the truth of the Protector's iniquity will be too obvious to ignore. But for now, not even a crowbar. Do you always put your hands on other people's things?
Yep.
confronting threat.
Alright, let's see here. One sec. Alright.
These people honor their bargains no more than you honored your sworn duty to the sovereign.
Silence, Red Cloak. It will be your turn soon enough. Dunning, try not to squirm. The Loyalizer has many moving parts and can be a bit imprecise.
Hey, what are you doing? No! No! Stop!
Engage the Transducers. Loyalization settings at 110%. Right now, the Loyalizer's impulse voiders are interposing Dunning's higher and lower cerebral motivationators, rearranging his upper story, hitting him with quite the sales pitch. Pretty snazzy, eh? Sure, the Loyalizer's industrial design ain't up to snuff, but the unit is scalable. Home version comes out next quarter. Materialistic fun for the whole...
There must be at least a few usable parts in here. Aha! Hello there. You wouldn't happen to have found any usable parts in all this debris?
How do you feel, young former Protectorate Sentinel?
Fine. A little obsessed with material goods and needless...
Westport's stockpiles of replacement parts are nearly depleted. I need to find some parts to convert some of our auto-mechanicals, non-combat parts. Fortunately, there's nothing here that's salvageable. Anti-bombs sure take their toll, don't they?
Very well. It's Red Cloak's turn in the Loyalizer. Lower middle managers, stir.
Unless I missed my guess, this looks like it was transporting damaged and malfunctioning automechs from the Vox station to the Automech Repair Center to the south of here. The center is... Say, you don't work for Antis, do you? This is beginning to feel more than a little like you're digging for intelligence.
Go on, get in there. Remember to keep your arms and legs inside the Loyalizer at all times.
Fair enough. As I was saying, the Automech Repair Center is south of here. Regrettably, subjects of Westport no longer have access to the repair center, hence my need to scavenge.
And so our hero Red Cloak faces her greatest challenge yet, locked in a chamber of consumerist horrors. Will the brand Loyalizer shake her faith?
Let's just say to fill Westport's needs.
Of course not.
If you follow the road heading north, you can't miss it. Used to be a sight to behold, but the war hasn't been kind to it. To any of us.
It's obligatory listening wireless entertainment.
I find myself asking, what would Red Cloak do?
True enough. A few years ago, I couldn't have imagined us running short of anything. And now here I am, digging through scrap for parts. But I digress. Was there anything else? Need to get back to my hunt, you understand? Yes and no. The bomb certainly took a fierce toll, but I suspect these were all in various states of disrepair even before Andy's offensive, which has made sorting out where to begin my efforts here rather difficult. There should be a manifest somewhere, but it's nowhere to be found. nor the troopers who should have been escorting this. Where are their bodies?
Sort of correction, so I heeded the words of my banner.
These were stalwart defenders of the Protectorate we're talking about here. Not the spineless stumblewits that comprise the forces of Auntie's choice. No. Some other unfortunate fate has befallen them. Could have been any manner of terror brought upon us by Aunties. Likewise. And please inform me if you happen upon any usable parts. Must be at least a few usable parts in here. Ah, it's warped. Looks like everything else.
Can remove that crinkle, feelings that can cause a wrinkle. What I know now.
Alright, let's see if we can get in here.
Who goes there? By orders of Marshal Donaldson, no one comes or goes to the Automech Repair Center without approval. What's your business here?
Now you've done it. Slowing down a ranking Protectorate official is worth 10, 20 demerits if you're lucky.
All right, let's not lose our heads over a simple misunderstanding. You're free to pass. Marshal Donaldson likes to greet new arrivals personally. We'll let him know you're inbound, so no one shoots on sight. Oh, and fair warning, watch out for Zeranium gas. We sprung a leak. Definitely the second one. But it's like the Marshal says, in war, evacuation is not an option. One more thing. Don't cause any trouble around these parts. Donaldson runs a tight ship and has zero tolerance for lawbreakers.
All that matters is getting these automechs to the Vox relay station.
But Marshal, we must adhere to decontamination procedures.
Might be wise to get that large gas cloud a wide berth. Don't think there's anything to gain by getting near it.
Outer chassis sealant test number 14 is confirmed a failure. Uranium exposure rate appears to be unaffected. Test model displayed standard overload-induced paralysis, then became atypically aggressive. Forced to terminate test model in self-defense.
So how do I get in there?
Not sure we should get any closer.
Shit.
I'm glad that spectacle didn't scare you off. Between the recent attacks and the gas leak, you find us on the razor's edge between reason and panic. Anyway, if you have hands and a will to lend them, I won't turn away help. This gas leak of ours has proven inexhaustible, patient, and insidious. Zeranium is hardly my area of expertise, but it falls to me to find a solution, lest I follow my predecessors to their untimely fate. What happens to any member of the Protectorate who falls short of fulfilling their execution for the unworthy and mental refreshment for the salvageable and the stalwart? Dereliction of duty is a heavy... I hold myself to the highest standard, but this Zeranium leak, it threatens all that I hold dear. Speak with Delphinia Bryant. She needs all the support she can get, and I'll spare... Her invention, once operational, will provide you a shield from the worst of the Zeranium. Her workshop is... Once you have the shield, see me about the leak. I'll give you all the details. What else would disrupt the harmony of our perfect system? Auntie's choice, of course. Zeranium wreaks havoc on automechanicals. Every combat-ready mech in the repair hangar was overcharged, and further damage soon occurred. True, the facility was disrupted, but it was not undone. When disorder looms its ugly head, the Protectorate relies on its people to maintain and restore that order.
Oh yes, I adore interruptions. I was just saying, what's best for stoking the spark of invention? Regular disruptions to one's train of thought. Now, what is it you want? Ah, our good Marshal sent you, did he? Well, unfortunately, the device is taking longer than expected. A number of factors. Zeranium is dangerous, and we wouldn't want a researcher falling victim to the scarcity of volunteers is also a problem. Everyone wants to fix the gas leak, but no one... Now tell me, are you familiar with Zeranium gas? One and the same. That building took the brunt of the damage during a recent attack, and now it's spewing valuable Zeranium. I could speak at length about Zeranium's many captivating intrinsic qualities, but suffice it to say, So what am I endeavoring to create? A protective device that shields its wearer from Zeranium's remarkably unsavory effects, as well as other forms of harm. Yes, quite right. And let me tell you, it was astoundingly difficult to dial in the residents. Luckily, the difficult work is behind us. There are only a smattering of ancillary details still to be hashed out. Alas, while I'm occupied with inventing this shield gadget, I also find myself in need of assistance regarding its key components. Good, good, wonderful. As an added incentive, I'll allow you to keep one of the prototypes once the work is finished, so you be sure to give it your all. Now here, you'll need this apparatus. It's for collecting stray Zeranium effluvium. Gas, that is. My supply is running low from all the iterative testing I've been performing. Merely activate the device once it's inside a Zeranium cloud, the one around the main hangar specifically. Try to avoid any fields of dense uranium, or death is all but assured. Any questions? Normally, yes, but on the off chance that environmental exposure has altered the gas here in any way, ideally the resulting shielding will protect against any gas, but since it's of utmost importance that it work on the gas here, I'll be calibrating against that. Well, of course, obviously. To that end, I'd suggest choosing a cloud of lesser density for your collection. If you suffer prolonged exposure, assuming you survive, see our local medical officer next door. She is I believe that covers all the necessary education. Oh, so exhilarating to have a new subordinate. I look forward to thoroughly scrutinizing your...
Okay.
Warning. Agent. Irreparable damage to lungs imminent. Exit gut gaseous. Cloud. Immediately.
My little minion. I trust you've made progress in your tasks? What did I tell you? Perfectly safe. Either that or you tolerate uranium poisoning like a champ. Good for you. Should you suffer from any lingering symptoms of contamination, visit the medical center and they'll get you squared away. Now, on to business. The device already generates a field exactly as specified, albeit on a very small scale. Still, progress is progress. What's needed now is something to help extend and shape the field around the user. Capital deduction! Where have you been all my career? You'll be pleased to learn there's one right here at the facility, in the Dragoon that's patrolling just outside. You guessed correctly. Our chief mechanist was rather hostile to the idea. So you may have trouble getting your hands on the catalytic amplifier. The only other source at hand would be the invaders, and I'm afraid I'm not intimately familiar with most of their technology, especially that organic filth they cherish so much. In fact, the only equipment of theirs that I'm passingly familiar with is their holographic systems, which... Hold on. Yes, that could work. Holographic emitters are essentially low-yield field modulators, so in a pinch, one could be used in place of a catalytic amplifier. My thoughts exactly. We'll be shielding a user from harm, not lighting some gaudy advertisement. Look for an emitter attached to the largest, most ostentatious display you can find. That should suit our needs well enough. That insidious light pollution emanating from Fairfield comes to mind, specifically those tall buildings in the town square. Now, Will there be anything else? Until a more convenient date and time.
Give me a sec. Almost done with this work list. Another sealant failure, amplifier requisition, and 2 more cases of uranium exposure. We're a mite bit busy these days. You'll want to see the quartermaster. She's right next to the gate you entered through. Under the mark, she'll only be able to sell you our surplus, but you might find some of it useful. She and I have been over this. Please understand. The original staff of this facility were rounded up and refreshed because they couldn't safeguard a protectorate asset. Why should I follow their example by reducing our sole working dragoon to a pile of unpatriotic scrap? I can't. I won't. That's a fair point. It's not as if they've come back to finish the job. Perhaps they assume we're already beaten. All right, how's about we get the Dragoon situated over here, so I can extract its vital organ? 1 catalytic amplifier as agreed. I hate to lose another Dragoon, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Be seeing you.
Well, any closer to obtaining the catalytic amplifier? Oh, superb! I'm almost tempted to ask how you managed it. But pressing on. With this gadget, you'll be shielded against more than Zeranium, you know. Damn near everything. Now, report to Marshal Donaldson, if you please. He's rather impatient to end this crisis so he can turn his focus back to the war. You do that. Anything to keep him off my...
Protectorate hull heads just couldn't see the benefit of self-betterment.
People think I got ejected from the saloon because I'm 3 sheets to the wind.
Commander, there is a 98.7% chance that ammunition...
I can also help you craft items.
Been working at that spot of business we discussed. Easier to loose your words. I'm listening. Scouts reported a plume of smoke thick and wide billowing from the facility. Sure didn't seem to be mechanical exhaust. Got more to report? Just that Milver Street requested her presence for some mission. Normally I'd demand to be paid, but I was just glad to get... Trooper Sealong was one of my best enhanced soldiers, but never took to her grafts. Been uncertain what I could rely on her for. So Milver Street holds her contract. At least for now. Trooper Sealong ain't a fragile wallflower. She's a soldier. She's got a contract. And she ain't so far gone we can't make use of her. But the fact is, her grafts are holding her back. Now, let's talk help. There's an alternate path, but it's blocked by Zeranium. I'll order my troops at the forward operating base to aid you, and you'll punch... From there, your target's the Skycutter Tower. Seems it was recently reactivated, and by our engineers' metrics, might be useful in overloading the Vox's defenses. Wouldn't trust the Protectorate's over-engineered perfection to cook a spratwurst. Give me the no-frills disposable. If by some miracle your contraption doesn't turn you inside out, I'd give you a much quieter route to the Vox. Much as I'd like. Once you pass to the northern end of the island and enter the Skycutter, you'll need to find the tower's power routing controls. Step light, though. There's no Protectorate gallivanting near the tower, which, like as any, means something bloodthirsty lurks within. Stay intact.
I'm telling you, I can do more. I've been proving myself to you time and again.
Do try to understand my...
Now, hold on. I went into enemy territory crawling with dangerous creatures for you alone to get some dusty report. And you got the audacity to complain about paperwork? If this contract weren't staying my hand, I reckon you'd be answering to it right about now.
You mean grant preferential treatment to a subpar contractor? And I suppose the bits for such a procedure shall simply manifest.
And if I die or leave, how do you reckon failure to retain an enhanced soldier would look to upper...
Please pay this disgruntled employee no mind. What would she do without Auntie's hand to guide?
That's it. I'd rather be a down-and-outer for the rest of my life than crushed under your counterfeit leather boa boot a second longer. I quit! Oh, I'm counting on it.
This is unheard of, and I might add, you'll not be welcome with an Auntie's choice once more. We'll not take a contract.
So you say. But Auntie's choice ain't seen a trooper like me before. You'll regret counting me out. Till then, I hope you choke on your mock apple martinis. And you, I got a proposition for you. Come find me when you're done with this clown.
She will most assuredly regret her decision. Most assuredly. Troopers abandoning their contracts. Blackguards like you running rampant. What is becoming of this island?
All done in there? Hope that little dust-up back there didn't put you off. My contract had me caged, and I was glad to get a few licks in during the jailbreak. Got a proposition. Since I'm newly free-ranged, and you're free-ranged yourself, think if you help me fix my graft, you'll retain the services of a fully functioning enhanced soldier. Me. And in time, maybe I'll have earned myself the clout to be welcomed back into Auntie's choice. Had a feeling you knew a good offer when you seen it. Once I'm in top form, you'll be pleasantly surprised to see what I'm capable of. Just gotta find out how to get there first. Doc Tinsley worked with Graphs for some time before she came to Fairfield. Damn fine scientist. Reckon we should visit her lab at the edge of town to see.
This much of a crowd's not likely to keep a low profile. Someone ought to head back to mine the ship.
Acknowledged.
After you.
Let's see. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, grubs and worms, thank you for joining me. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.